What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have the secret call that changed everything. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get to it.
Oh no, not with India. They can't play nothing. They're not playing any games with India no more.
It's not
They
going to
can't.
happen anymore. So we've been terrorized our lives. This whole bluff of the nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when India was building a bomb, okay, in the 60s, in the 50s and the 60s, Kennedy called us. Okay.
Oh,
And he
it's
said,
all to get them to
you guys
stop.
need a bomb, you're doing this, don't do that. I'll give you a bomb, you explode it, and I'll give you some bombs, you can keep them there. So that China, we can play with China and all that. We said no.
Really?
Do you know our nuclear scientists were killed?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In the
We've
when the bomb was
in
being built.
since history, we've lost 678 top scientists in this country.
It's ironic.
Mhm.
God.
Okay. In 1974, we did a peaceful nuclear explosion. We said we don't want a bomb. We just want to show people we have the technology. So don't screw with us. We'll make a bomb and screw with you then, sort of a thing. A.Q. Khan, who used to work in Netherlands, was given technology. I'm being very clear. He stole technology, or he was given technology. What he brought back to Pakistan, everybody knew what Pakistan was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The Israelis offered to bomb their nuclear this thing in 1988 or something. The Israelis came to India and said, "Listen, Pakistanis are doing this. The Americans don't care. Let
Mm-hmm.
us bomb this. We'll finish the damn thing off. We'll kill everybody and finish it off." Because remember, Israelis were hitting the Iraqi nuclear reactor at that time,
Yes.
the Syrian one, this, that, a lot of stuff that happened in those days. Our government was a fool. We said, no, 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 don't do that.
Mm.
So we've been foolish as well. I mean, it's not that we are great
So
champions of
why
nuclear.
didn't Israel go ahead and
They wanted refueling bases in India. Said, yeah, we just want to land,
Mm.
refuel our aircraft, and we'll do everything.
Dang.
No,
Really?
because in those days we were very scared of the Americans because America was the number one superpower. We were
Mm-hmm.
poor. We were under $1 trillion even in our economy. We
I
were
get that.
poor. We were
Mhm.
poor. We gave away the last batch of our gold to the English, to the British in 1992. We didn't have anything.
Oh well.
I definitely get that. In that moment, in that situation, yeah, you really you understand why they don't attack because if anything pops off and now you're involved and now you're being attacked, you can't defend yourself. You don't have the money to fund a great military, and they're backed by those Americans over there who are the top superpower in the world. And so, at that moment, yeah, I understand why it may have been the wrong choice, but I understand why the government was like, no, like, yeah, you would be scared, and so that's an understandable decision for sure. But India is no longer like that, right? India is no longer poor and like needing to bend the knee, and it's like India has still made their own bombs, still make the nuclear bombs, even against the West, which India has still progressed even when everything was taken from them. India just shows resilience. India shows a kind of resilience that's incredible.
Wow.
We went to the IMF, took a loan, took those damn conditions, which are like sanctions on somebody's back, and we said, balls, that's not going to happen to us again.
Hmm.
Wow.
So,
Henceforth they have a bomb.
well, Pakistanis were building a bomb. We knew that. We were doing our own stuff. We realized, this is not going to work. They talk
Hmm.
about divisive politics in India. Well, I'll tell you one thing. During the years of 1990 to 2000, 1999, 98, 99, when we actually, 98, when we actually went publicly nuclear, that file of the nuclear weapons was on 6 prime ministers' desks of different political parties. None of them spoke anything. Everybody knew what was happening. Nobody spoke a word. It was the BJP, who's Modi's party, who
Mhm.
came into power in 98. And the first decision that was made by then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, make the damn bomb.
Mhm.
When we went nuclear, CIA didn't know, Chinese didn't
Wow.
know, Russians didn't know, no one knew. One fine night, boom, 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 boom. Huh? So
Nice.
we will do stuff when we need to protect ourselves, and the West needs to understand that.
Oh yeah.
But let me assure you, if you think Trump is bad, the previous guys were worse.
Yeah. Interesting.
What used to happen behind closed doors is happening in front today. That's the
Mm,
only difference.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I do feel
I
that.
agree 100%.
I do feel
And we're
that.
seeing that what you just said is that when India
I do feel that because a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Trump's a good guy. Like, um, I just think as a person, I don't know. He does it like I don't vibe with him. Like the things that he says and the way he talks it's disturbing. Now I don't hate him because of the things that he said. I don't really have hate for anybody, but I just don't vibe with him, and that's fine. And if people do vibe with him, that's fine with me. Like, I mean, he is a big personality. I understand people would vibe with him, and I would still vibe with some of the people who vibe with him. I just don't vibe with him because he disturbs my soul. But I mean, come on, it's the U.S. We all know the history of the U.S. The U.S. has been doing things behind closed doors for so many years, and I think, yeah, like he said, now you're starting to it's out front for the world to see. It's just not being hidden anymore, and that's really the only difference. But for the U.S. to be the number one superpower for so long and to stay there for so long, we all know you can't hold that spot for that long without getting your hands dirty.
has to do something, they have a plan B. It seems like a plan B and plan C and D for everything. Even with
You,
go ahead.
you need to, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. And right
What?
now when we're seeing Modi taking a trip and hooking up with
That's
Vladimir
not a
Putin.
reaction. That's very misunderstood. Let me assure you this. See,
What's going on with
China.
that?
Okay, India and China have been at it since for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? China, Pakistanis gave Indian territory to China to settle their border dispute. It's a place called the Shaksgam Valley. People wouldn't have even heard of it. It's about 12,000 square kilometers, which is roughly 5,000 square miles of land, of our land, which was illegally given to the Pakistanis by the British. There was a British Major John Brown, if I don't forget that very idiot's name, who handed over that part of Kashmir, which today Pakistan occupies, to the Pakistanis on the orders of the British, by the way.
Mm.
Pakistan gave a chunk of that to the Chinese in 1963 because in 62 our leadership was foolish enough to get beaten by China and not use their air force in action.
Right.
Oh, it'll escalate. Some stupid reason. I mean, we
Yeah.
lost the war. We lost a certain amount of our territory. And this has been on. But people don't know one thing. In 1967, Chinese tried it again. We killed 3,000 of their soldiers.
Oh wow. Killed how
God,
many?
3,000.
US soldiers?
No, Chinese.
Chinese soldiers. Wow.
67. 5 years after that, we beat the pants out of them.
Really?
We've had standoffs every 10 years with the Chinese.
Oh yeah.
This time it was back to back. There was a place between Bhutan, India, and China. It's a tri-junction. Again, bad map drawing by some Britisher who never knew what to do. He just drew lines on a map and walked away.
Mhm.
There's a place that the Chinese claim, the Bhutanese, it's actually Bhutanese, but Bhutan is a protectorate for India. So they tried to encroach. We went and stopped them. So Chinese were very pissed off.
Okay.
They wanted to give us a lesson. We were getting closer to America, COMCASA and the major defense agreements and all that all stuff that we signed with America. They came in 2020 thinking we won't do anything. We stood up. There was a brawl. We actually outmaneuvered them in a couple of places. So we created a leverage where they could not do much.
Okay.
And then there was a brawl, a hand-to-hand combat. where 20 of our soldiers killed more than about 110 of the Chinese soldiers.
Wow.
That's
20
crazy to think about. Just these soldiers out there brawling and fighting to the literal death, and I don't know if they used guns. Was this when they were just using sticks because no one was allowed to fire a weapon? Like because that was gonna set it off. That was gonna be what started the war. But to think that China and India, and when I first started reacting and started this channel, yeah, they were. It was India and China on those borders, keeping soldiers on those borders at odds with each other. And now they signed a treaty to, at least at the moment, right? Everybody just chill out. Let's try to work this relationship out. Um, and now they're starting to move more. It seems like in a trade partnership with China. Of course, I don't think there's ever going to be full trust. It's got to keep your eye on them, but starting to move away from the U.S. due to the administration, and it seems like moving closer to China.
we lost 20, and this was a raid where our chaps went inside China, burnt their entire freaking camps and this and everything, and came back. That woke up the country. We started militarizing, so that created a deterrence with China. Now China knows this is going to be a problem. They can't
Mhm.
come head to head, so they started backing off in 2024. Okay, they walked off. Disengagement. Yeah, we want to build good relations and this and that. Yeah, fair enough. But we said, let's solve the border. This is what we even say now. Prime Minister Modi said this to Xi Jinping's face. Mutual respect and sovereignty cannot be compromised for any relationship.
Right.
Preach, preach,
So
preach,
He said,
yeah, preach.
so would that be the condition then for a kind of a peace, some sort of agreement for that land?
peace. China knows we will fight a war. We know we will fight them in the next 4, 5, 6 years. But they need a peace dividend, so do we.
I
So we
feel
both
that.
know we can't fight each other right now. There's not going to be a decisive outcome. They want to get ready, and so do we.
Right. And after
It's a
India just pumped up with beating
So what does
Pakistan.
China do? It supplies weapons to Pakistan to keep needling us, right? What do? We supply weapons to Philippines. We supply weapons to Indonesia. To
Right.
so it's a battle between these two giant countries in this area. China is more powerful economically, but we've got a civilizational value which even China recognizes. It's
Mhm.
tough to fight a civilization like India. It's very
Yeah.
tough.
100%.
When
I
it
get
gets
that.
together, it's very, very tough, extremely tough. But then the old connections come out, like so we went to Philippines. There is a lot of old connections. Philippines was a part of India at one time, so that cultural revival happens, and it's easy for us to actually go and So we've given them the BrahMos that Pakistan is so scared of.
That's a bad
Even
thing.
yeah.
It's a bad
So
dude. That Brahmos is bad.
Yeah.
we've given Vietnam BrahMos, so that's happening. We've given Vietnam military ships, a lot of weaponry, a lot of other stuff. So we'll do the same thing. So it's a battle in this area. Now, America knows that it can use India to fight China
Mhm.
because America can't fight China on its own.
No, because we need China. We need them too much. And then I mean, when you look at the distance between the two countries, yeah, it's just very difficult for these two countries to fight each other. And so, yeah, it is right there. And as a counterweight to China, but will India continue to build a relationship with the U.S. after how they've been treated by this administration, or will they move closer to China? Where that becomes an even bigger issue. But yeah, I agree with him. We can, and as much as I know the U.S. military is ridiculously well equipped because the money that the U.S. spends on the military is literally insanity, and so I know that we're well equipped to fight against anyone. It's just that distance does create more of a challenge. And then when you think about China's population and China's economy, you take in China's technology and all of that. It Even if we won, we would come out hurt.
It's too far
Yeah.
distance.
Mm-hmm.
So it wants India to fight that battle. India doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'll not fight for you. I'll fight for myself if I have to.
Exactly.
So that's the debate between the two countries.
Hmm.
They want us to sign an alliance and become an alliance partner of
Mhm.
America, so that when there's a war in Taiwan, we attack China on this side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, I don't think.
China doesn't want that. So China says, okay, fine, I'll okay, what do you want? Let's figure this out.
Of
We
course.
said, okay, let's sit down and talk about it.
There you go.
That's all that is.
And that's the
Now, the Russians,
to me, that's the greatness of strategic autonomy. You feel me? When it's like, hey, over here in the West, this is what they offering. You sure you don't want to sit down at this table and talk? All right, we'll sit down. I thought so.
Russians are interesting here because the Russians don't like the Chinese either. Let me assure you this. They hate the Chinese.
Yeah, I thought so.
Russia and China have 7,700 border disputes.
What?
7,000.
Really?
7. God.
Yeah. They fought a war in 1969 where the Russians bombed the Chinese so bad they changed the course of a river,
Mm.
the Asuri River. So, they signed an agreement in 2004. Again, the same thing. That let's exist, let's coexist, let's not fight each other because there's another guy who's after you and me. So let's not do this because he's going to weaken us.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing which is happening with India and China today.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. That's simple.
Yeah, I think that Vladimir Putin and Modi's relationship is genuine, more so
Yeah.
than I don't
So
I don't know if Modi, huh?
hedge. Russia uses India to hedge against China.
Yep,
India uses Russia to hedge against China.
works. It's a good relationship.
And India and Russia go way back. So
Man, that was absolutely freaking awesome. But yes, that's the situation that's starting to happen. Yeah, these two countries. If we fight against each other, the U.S. is over there waiting. It's like I don't know if y'all play Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers. I love it. I create my own character. I play with my friends. We always play 2-on-2 so everybody can play. And everybody by themselves, everybody cries too much. So we'll play 2-on-2. And you know what my job is? And when no, I won't even get the 2-on-2 example. I will say when everybody does play by themselves. Do you know what I do? When the fighting gets towards me, I flip over to the other corner, and I flip to the other corner, and I flip to the other corner, and I let them fight it out between each other. I'll shoot a rocket occasionally every now and again from a distance, but I don't get close to them. I'll let them fight with each other, and whoever is left at the end. Well, now I got 3 lives. I'm fresh. I'm all good. You got 1.5 lives. Now I'm about to take you out. But could I beat them when they were fully healthy? Probably not. It would have been so much harder. But now that it's easy, you feel me? Now that you got done fighting and you're already hurt, I come in and take advantage. And I feel like that's how these countries are kind of looking at the U.S. Like, we need to stay on guard against them because, right, if we fight each other and we hurt ourselves, they're going to come in and take advantage. So tell me what y'all think in the comment section. That was very intriguing. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see y'all next time.